Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday night Zoom call. It is the September the 1st, 2015. And of course, we're beyond thrilled to celebrate a great August that we had. We've got some new coaches on the line. We've got great celebrations. I had a goal of a group volume for all of us. And I've had this goal, and I'm a big believer in writing down goals. And you might think, well, it's taken 2 years. This goal has never happened. Well, guess what? Yesterday, I woke up, Monday morning, woke up and I go, whoa, we could actually do this. So just all day, just watching it and, working it. And about 8 o'clock, about 10 o'clock last night, we hit it. So congratulations, everybody. This is all of you guys. And so thank you very much. It's been, like I say, growing our group has been beyond fun and rewarding. So I so appreciate all the difference you guys make in my life and everybody else's life. Another first is a national director. When you get to be a leader, you want people to be better than you. That's your sign of success. That someone is better than you, right? And so it's been my really dream to have people advance in the ranks and in leadership positions here. So Dee Corchin, I just cannot say enough about how fun it's been to watch you grow, because we don't, you don't just get a rank. It's like you grow into a rank. And so anyway, and then I asked you yesterday, like I always ask everybody, so tell me what was different. And you really, this month, had a totally different, something that I didn't even know about. So would you please share what happened with you and how you got here?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. Congratulations on the big team goal. That's so exciting. And, for those that don't know, with national director, what that means is that you're helping people on you can only reach that rank and integrated national director if certain people on your team are performing at certain ranks. And so it becomes beyond just helping clients. It becomes really learning to help coaches. And so I think I topped you, Susan, as far as like how long I had a goal, because I reached executive director several years ago. And of course, the natural thing is we go global, our training, and they start training us to become who Susan is, which is a pretty big leap. So I've had that on my goals and a time frame, but I told Susan 3 things kind of happened for me. Number one, I think my goals and my belief system changed. I had to recognize something in myself, which led to increased action. And then it led to some self-development for me so that I could help other people on my team. So so I had this goal of going global, but I got to be honest, going global means you have 5 executive directors below you. And I think, while I wanted it and I would see people at conventions and they would get it in record time, I kind of had this thing like I should achieve it. And I wanted it, but as I've done more self-development reading with Dave Blanchard and some of these other great authors, I realized it was kind of a fantasy goal for myself. And I don't think I really believed that I could achieve it, so I didn't necessarily kick the action into gear to get there. And I know that I doubted myself and my ability to lead other people at that level. So that, I think, was holding me back. And when it gets to national director, which is the rank I just got, which is kind of in between, I guess I didn't really own that. It's the step that I needed to get to in order to get to the next level and the importance of it. And so one of the benefits of being a national director is you get to go to the advanced training thing, which is in Sundance, Utah. And that has been on my wish list for a long time. And it was purely just a wish. I kind of just wished it would happen because I would really like to go to Utah and I'd really like to be a part of that really intense training that they offer us. But again, it was just kind of a wish. And so I guess when I shifted, I think I just realized that I wanted to go this year, like enough time had gone by that I wanted to be at that Sundance event, which meant I had to qualify this month at this rank. And so I just decided I wanted to do it. And I definitely had to see that it was possible for myself. And so Dave Blanchard's book, Today I Start a New Life, which I talked about at convention, was really helped me shift my mindset, where I really had to just kind of own it and realize that I did have the capability to get there, and I did have the capability to help my coaches do it. So that kicked me into higher gear. I really I think in the past 2 months have helped more clients than I've ever helped before. So personally, I got into gear, started doing some things, holding some events that I haven't done in a long time. But I really had to reach down and start working with my coaches and finding out what they wanted, because sometimes coaches reach certain ranks, but then they don't always maintain them. And that can be for fluctuations in just, certain fluctuations, but sometimes it's a reflection of something that's going on within them. And I'll be honest, I had not really had to work on that skill as a business coach and be able to work with somebody to identify, one, did they want to grow? Did they want to progress? And then if the answer was yes, how could I link arms with them and work through, find what was kind of maybe holding them back and work through it. So, I leaned on Susan a lot through this, and she kept encouraging me and pushing me, and I had to have some conversations that were uncomfortable. But I think at the end of the day, one, I thank my coaches because everybody's wonderful on our team and they've helped so many people. But I think at the end of the day, what I've learned through this is that just what Susan said, you grow into your rank. And it's just a title. Like, I think more important is what it's doing to me. Like, it's helping me grow and develop skills and become something that I didn't know I could become. So that's been the really, really cool part of it.
Wow, that's great. Exactly. And it is all these skills, and you don't realize what skills you need until you need them, right? So I think that's great. This Today I Begin a New Life is by Dave Blanchard, and I'm going to show you guys some stuff of his maybe next week or two. But I just so appreciate this journey, traveling it with you, and I'm just so excited to see. And I'm glad you're going to Sundance, and I'm excited to see where it takes you. And thanks for helping so many people. Seriously. Good. And we'll hear more about. We get to introduce. We're gonna introduce our associate directors first, and then we'll circle back around and introduce your new coach. So Nicole. So you got 2 associate directors on your team, and could you go ahead and introduce, no particular order?
Absolutely. What a great month. I mean, things just took off for all of us. It's so fun. Congratulations, Susan. You're definitely an inspiration in helping us reach out and reach up and go after our goals, just like what Dee was saying. And so we know we can do it. We have the right vehicle. And Daima, I don't believe is going to be on the call tonight, but even when she and I were talking, she said, she's just so inspired and sees such a transformation, and how exciting for us to be able to have this vehicle to share. And so I think Daima's going for the 20K club. She was about $500 shy this month, so I think that's her goal for next month. So anyway, I can't even be more thrilled to celebrate 2 associate directors, and we're going to start with Miss Kristen Mallory, who's the rock star at our Saturday training. And last minute at the end, we were just doing some wrap-ups, and I just felt like it was time for her to share again, because she had sent me an email earlier in the week that she found her mission and has a vision for using this vehicle of Take Shape for Life to share to people that have health challenges. And so she has quite an inspiring story. And so Kristen, just share for a minute or two about what changed for you, what that shift was, and how you were able to impact more people this month than you have previously. Go ahead and unmute, Kristen.
Sorry.
Kristen, you're fine. You're fine. You're unmuted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Can you hear me? Okay. Thank you very much, Nicole. I think what really changed for me this month was I had 2 really milestone doctor's appointments for me. And it sort of clicked in my head that this isn't about the weight loss for me personally. This is about the changing of the blueprint of my health. I got off of my blood pressure medication, which I'd always been told was something genetic. My dad had it, my grandfather had it, so therefore I was going to have it no matter what. And my dad was very healthy, exercised all the time, ate right, and he still had high blood pressure. So, I just sort of accepted that. And then when I went to go see my MS doctor last week, and he told me that my MS was in remission because of what I'm doing with my nutrition now. It just blew me away that I have the power within my grasp to change the course of my health. And once you realize that and you sort of grasp the potential of that, I was really able to fine tune my focus of my passion with being a part of this team, and that is helping others change the blueprint of their health and becoming an expert with their medical issues that make them who they are, and realizing that they have the power to change that within themselves. And now I'm very focused and very, very driven about what I want to do. And I just feel very laser pointed at this point, and that is my driving force.
That's so awesome, Kristen. Congratulations again. And I know we'll continue to hear more from you and glean wisdom and insight into how we all can help people in our lives that have health challenges as well, because sometimes it's hard to know what to say or hard to know how to direct. And so I foresee you getting several calls from teammates about some help around how we might be able to do that. So congratulations again. What a great month, and looking forward to celebrating ED with you next month.
Thank you. Me too.
And I have to say, there's nothing more exciting when your business is going really well. Personally, when you can help somebody else have a thriving business, it's really exciting. It's way better than doing it yourself. But I have to admit, when it's your mom, it's even better. So I am so excited. Sandy has been coaching for 4 years now, and it has been such a fun thing to watch. In fact, Angela just chatted me and said, "Look at your mom, she's doing so great." And it's just so fun to watch, and what a joy. The joy is definitely in the journey, and excited to chat every morning to hear what she's doing, not only in her personal health, but with her business, and her excited texts about people who are just coming around. And so without further ado, Sandy Hughes, tell us, what is in the water?
My face is red. Oh my gosh. It's been incredible. I still, believe it or not, I'm still flying on the wings of convention. It changed me a lot, and it still is changing me. So because of convention, it just changed my thought process, my trusting, to be all in, to trust the system, myself, everything. And I thought I did, and it's just changed everything. I'm also flying on the wings of the melting machine, because he just continues to blow me away by things he's doing. And 12 pounds from goal. Come on. That is incredible. And since last year, he's lost 50% of his body weight, from 460 to 230. Come on, that's incredible. How can you not be high about that? And he's just an incredible guy. And we've been friends since elementary school, and we're just growing. I think perseverance has been a good word for me this month. It's been a rough 4 years, and I feel like I've done a lot of farming. I lived on a farm for 10 years, and we planted corn and hay and alfalfa. And I've done a lot of that planting, and it didn't really grow until now. And it seems like it's coming up everywhere. And kind of like those weeds that pop up that you like, oh, where did this come from? Where did this come from? And it's incredible how the people are coming out of the woodwork. And even today, a couple more. And my perseverance with actually Terry's doctor, I sent a letter to him several months ago and nothing came out of it. And so I thought, well, I'm just going to give him some time. I talked to Nicole about it and ended up reconnecting, going back and pursuing and still nothing. And then like 3 weeks later, all of a sudden out of the blue, the doctor called me and said, hey, you're doing great things with Terry. Do you need some clients? I'm like, I would love to help people get healthy. And so he has sent me a couple people, and that's been incredible too. He believes in me, and is not me specifically, but he believes in the system and how we help people get healthy. And it's so much about that. So, and to hear my brother today, he's been on the program for 3 weeks and they took away his diabetes medicine already. It just keeps happening. So, I don't even know what to say. My cup overflows. So.
That's so awesome. Well, congratulations to you again. And definitely the key, it seems, is that we continue to persist and things just don't happen. We put our positive intentions out there about what we want to create, just like Dee wanting to go to Sundance and Sandy wanting clients and Kristen wanting to be able to speak and share a story. And when you put it out there, that's exactly what comes back to you. So can't wait to celebrate some more accomplishments this month. So congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Sandy and Kristen. It's so fun to watch. Let's introduce, Dee, would you introduce your new health coach? And Julie, I don't know if is your new health coach on the line? Okay, we'll meet another time. But Dee, let's introduce Jeremiah.
All right, so I'm excited. I posted today about Jeremiah Vincent joining our team. I'll let him share his story, kind of how we connected, his mom, and where he is, and why he decided to join us.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Jeremiah. Dee and I know each other from our networking group. I actually own a garage door company, and I've been trying to get my mom to lose some weight for a long time, trying to get her in shape and help her with her diet. And then finally got Dee and her connected, and she's lost, I think, up to like 54 pounds since April. And then I decided I wanted to drop about 15, 20 pounds and started it. And a lot of you guys have seen the picture on the page that how much weight I lost and how good it looked. And then my best friend did it. He's down 25 pounds. He's a week behind me. It has really changed his life because he's got some other things that were kind of a byproduct of his lifestyle. And as soon as I posted that picture on Facebook of my before and after, I literally had I think 6 people message me on Facebook with the exact words, "What the hell did you do?" and what it was. Like the exact those 5 words. That's it. So I've got a lot of guys I've seen over the last couple of weekends. I'll see a ton of people coming up the football season, and I think I'll be able to really help a lot of people. And health has always been a passion of mine anyway. I've been very healthy. I just, never really took the consideration to drop the weight off. So now it's easy, and now it'll, help me help other people.
That's great, Jeremiah. Thanks so much for joining our team, our mission, and we're really excited to see all the people that you help.
Thanks, me too.
Well, we have been, so many of you, Julia's reached a new level, but one of the people that has really done some transformation and really required Dee to stretch is Susan Geeslin, and she has been generous enough to be transparent about her journey or struggle. And I'd like Dee to introduce or talk about Susan. Susan had, 5, 6, 7 new clients this month. Is that Susan?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, Susan. I mean,
Yeah,
I'll let her share exactly how much it took. But yeah, she was. Susan was executive director for several months, but then has not been for a while. And so I kind of let her explain her journey. But in order for her to achieve executive director, we had to work together to decide if she really wanted that, and then if she did, what would be required of that, of her, and how would that happen. So I just want her to say it in her words because it's her story.
Well, thank you for asking. Can you hear me, first of all?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Thank you for asking me to be on the call. It's a humbling experience. When I first became a health coach, I got to executive director pretty fast, and I had the opportunity to see a lot of people, and that was really great for me and then help a lot of people. And then I kind of stalled. I kind of lost my focus a little bit and got caught up in some personal things that were going on, and I let that kind of get me off my focus. So I started reading some things outside. I know Dr. A said in the leadership call, it's really important to do outside reading for your leadership skills and build yourself. And so I started doing that, and I hit this one thing called fear. I followed Darren Hardy, his daily emails that he sends out, and he sent out a thing called fear. And I don't know what, it hit me because I thought, you know what, I think that's what's holding me back is fear. And I sent it to Dee, and it prompted her to call me and say, okay, why did you send this to me? And, let's talk about your business. And are you happy with where you're at? And I said, I'm not. And she says, well, she asked me some very poignant questions. What do you want? What do you want to do to get there? And so she strategized with me, and she's a wealth of information. I mean, I can't tell you how fortunate I feel to be part of this team. And so she had me stretch a little bit and put out there some things on Facebook and reach out to other clients, and to realize that, not to be afraid. But one of the other things that helped was our prior Zoom calls with Nicole, when she said she just started calling people. And I thought, you know what? Well, I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to start calling people. And I did. And I appreciated that approach, just calling, a long lost health coach. And so I did that. And yeah, I got a lot of voicemails, but it was the action. Once I started going into action, things all of a sudden started coming out of the woodwork. And then our Saturday training, when Dean said, we're saving lives. I was like, oh my gosh, to look at it that way was like, I need to get way out of my head and get away from the fear and just start calling people. So I did. And I got 6 clients in August, and I have 4 so far in September. So, I'm energized. It's exciting now. And so it's nice to get the focus back.
Oh man, Susan, that is so good. It's so many people, we have to thank Dean and really thank Nicole, because I think Nicole single-handedly, I'm sure 24 people are healthy now because of you. Seriously, no doubt. Susan, thank you. Because it's not like you hadn't wanted it before, right? I mean, but there's a difference between wanting something and then really making a decision to go after it. And then just watching you and watching others go after it, it's like you become someone different, right?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't happen when you don't do the action. It's just so fun. It was fun to watch you, and you've said, it's incredible. Well, thank you, Suze. And then, so Cindy, I asked Cindy, you had a record month as well. And again, I said, Cindy, you had more new clients this month than you ever have before. And, 5 new clients. And I said, so what was it? And she goes, well, it was Nicole saying in action. And so anyway, so Cindy, I asked you to write down, you started telling me all the stuff you had done. I'm going, oh my God, you have to share this because it's a lot of action that you did this month. And so go ahead and share. Again, it's that mindset first that has you. I'll unmute you. Okay, wait, you got it.
I'm good, right?
You're good.
Well, I think I finally got out of my own way is really what happened. And I think what Susan just said about fear and about not being out there, I finally just said, enough of this. I knew who I was, and I knew I wasn't putting it out there. I knew I was also a perfectionist, and I was doing a lot of preparing and trying to be perfect. And I realized that I had to go to the other side and stop that and take the action that would create more business for myself. So Nicole, when you kept on saying on the phone call, just take action, make calls, I did exactly what you said. And I think all of you saying some really key pointed things always sets me in the right direction. As a teacher, I think I'm a learner, and I try to listen. So I'm listening to all the experts on the phone tell me what it takes, and it takes action. And that's what I say to myself in the morning. I just say one word: action. And I make lists and do all that. But this month I've done a lot of events. I've teamed up with Joy. Joy and I have done some events and had tables. I've done snack swap at my house. What else have I done? I've done several networking activities every week, and made coffees to go after that. And then it's not that each of those actions are actually getting me new clients, but the clients are coming anyway. And it's kind of what Nicole said, is just keep on and trudging through it, and it will come from somewhere. And it obviously has brought me more clients this month, and it's feeling really, really good. And obviously with each new good experience I have, I keep on wanting to go out and do more. So, it's about my journey, and it's about me growing personally and getting out of my own way, and great things are happening. So I'm looking forward to more of that.
Thank you, Cindy. It's really you have like I say, you go to 1 to 2 networking groups a day. She's called me and she says, I didn't feel like waking up. I had to be there at 8 o'clock. I didn't feel like it. I'm tired. And you did it anyway. And you were always so happy that you did. And it's really just fun to see someone become more of themselves. And the more people's lives we touch, the more we become more of ourselves. So it's great. We have, 1 more minute. And Katz's, you guys have, you've torn it up yourself. I've unmuted you. And so can you tell us a little bit about, I know you credit, Nicole as well for inspiring you. So tell us about it, because it's been really wonderful to watch you guys too.
Well, I think part of it was Nicole, and I laugh when I keep on hearing the long lost health coach. I think that was part of it. The other part of it was the 10X rule. And listening, we've been listening to that in the car, which also came from Nicole, by the way. So and Dean, but we actually just jumped from that example. We got into action the last 2 weekends, and we've been really trying to just get out of our own way and make those calls and make the touches that we need to make. And it's and just like what a lot of you have been saying, thankfully things have been just coming out of the woodwork as a result of that action. So it's been a good month for us, and we're off to a great month, and we're looking forward to a little bit of a celebration here starting this coming weekend.
Yeah, so we'll be doing our recruiting in Hawaii for next week. So
yeah, we're going to be in action on the boat.
I can imagine. Yeah, right. Alan, real quick, and then I want to wrap up. But one of the things that when you go for a goal that's a little bit of a stretch, what happens is you have to become more of someone who you have to dig deep inside of yourself. But it's there. And for you, what was really cool is that you were stretching, and then you got the chance to coach somebody and make a difference in someone's life. And then I got to see you as an empathetic coach that I hadn't gotten a chance to see before. And it was really very cool. And I don't know if you can just share real quickly about that experience of being able to shift somebody from having resistance to really making a difference for them.
Well, I think part of it was a couple of things that we've been learning along the way. One of them is not to be attached to the outcome, and basically take ourselves out of the equation, and basically remind the person about what their urgencies are and the whys are. And, this person really was throwing up a lot of different smoke screens. And you know, part of it was, and thank you, Susan, for helping me along the way to recognize the smoke screens and allowing me to refocus back. And basically, it just came down to the point where he was about to throw up another smoke screen about committing to it, and I basically said, "Look, you know, you need to drop 65 pounds. Do you want, you know, is this a priority for you, or are you going to just put this off for another time?" And you know, and I basically put it back on their lap, and to make that decision. And you know, I was prepared that he was going to walk. It was going to be another, you know, just another, well, you know, and he turned around and pulled the trigger. So you know, I don't expect that it's going to be the next couple weeks is going to be a smooth one. I think it's going to be a challenge all the way through, but I'm going to keep on, you know, recognizing the fact that I've got to make that customer focus back on what he thinks his priorities really are.
It's about him. It's about what his goals are and whether he wants to really get there.
And that is a brilliant way to wrap up. That is exactly what we do as coaches. We help remind people what they said they wanted. We don't do anything for them. We don't have to know everything. We just have to remind them what they said they wanted. So brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, Dee. Thank you, Kristen. And thank you, Sandy, Nicole, Julie. Thanks, Jeremiah, for joining us. Thanks, Cindy. Thanks, Marcia, Debbie, Sandy, for being on the call. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Appreciate.
Love you guys.
See you next week.